It's a scene that's become all too familiar. Massive California wildfires turning communities to ash. The recent record heat wave across the West Coast helped to trigger these deadly fires that have now burned over 3 million acres. This after NOAA reported 2020 the hottest summer on record in the Northern Hemisphere.
We know from past historical records that temperatures are warming. Heat waves in the West have gotten more frequent and more intense.
A lot of what's being talked about is climate change causing these types of events. What do you say to that?
Climate change is aggravating the wildfire situation.
According to researchers, an increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere across our planet is to blame. However, it's also critical to consider other factors like the dry winter season west of the Rockies, plus low humidity coupled with dry, gusty winds and hot temperatures. All are a perfect recipe for fires to ignite. As these infernos continue to rage in the West, so is the Atlantic hurricane season. Most recently, the National Hurricane Center reported 5 Atlantic cyclones churning in the tropics all at the same time.
The connection to climate change in the Atlantic is worrisome for sure. There's also some evidence that storms are tending to move more slowly and stall more often. So Sally would be obviously a good example of that at the moment.
Sally has become the earliest S-named storm on record, causing life-threatening conditions across the Gulf Coast and could dump almost 3 feet of rain in some locations. When it comes to mitigating climate change, experts say we need to first admit that there is a problem.
It'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually.
And rely less on fossil fuel on a global scale.
There are a lot of places in which the forests are overgrown. And so we need programs to reduce those fuels. We have to build resilient communities, both with where we live and for the ecosystem itself, so that all of these communities can adapt and mitigate with climate change and mitigate against the more extreme fires.
STACY-ANN, GOODEN, Pix 11 News.